Hello again guys, it's Carly from the Poetry of Nice and welcome back to another weekly sales update video. So this is going to be a fairly short one, I'm going to let you know right now. And this is for sales from the 27th of April through to the 3rd of May. So I will mention that my sales have kind of done a turnaround, I suppose you could say. They were very, very low for a while back in like March when everything was kind of kicking off, and then when the stimulus checks came out, I had quite the peak and things were really looking up for a while, and now they have definitely kind of like troughed again for me. I don't know if it's the same for anybody else, but I can look at my sales graph and I can visibly see what happened. So this is a little bit of a quieter week, and you know what, that's just the way that things are rolling right now. We'll just keep being consistent, keep doing the job that we can do, and we'll figure it out as we go, I suppose. So what I'm going to do is, like with every other sales update video, I'm going to show you each and every item that's sold. I'm going to let you know where I picked it up, what I paid for it, and of course what it sold for in the end. And I'll try and mention how long it was listed for as well. And then at the end of the video, I'm going to give you all of my numbers for the week, basically. So you'll get my gross sales, my net profit, and all that good stuff. So we're going to start with Etsy. This vintage teal green textured skirt, no particular brand. I just picked it up in a filler bag, I think, and I thought it was kind of cool and I like the color, and this sold for $24.95 plus shipping. I do have my buyers pay shipping for basically everything. Very, very rarely, once in a while, I'll do free shipping, and I'll mention it if I do, but otherwise everything is buyer pay shipping. And then this I have had listed for the longest time, years, or at least a year and a half. And sometimes these are hit and miss for me. Sometimes you'll pick up these stitching kits, especially when they are like brand new, you know, unopened and stuff, and they're vintage, and you'll hit the jackpot. I've sold them for hundreds of dollars, and sometimes they just are not. And this was one that wasn't really. It just so happens that the person that finally bought it had been looking for this particular print for ages. They had two out of the four so far. This is the first time they ever found this one, and so hopefully, here's to hoping they get the fourth one as well. And this one sold for $24.95 as well. Okay, and on to Poshmark. First sale was this Tibi, or T-I-B-I. It was a collaboration with a P in the Pod, which, let me bring up this label here for you, or P in the Pod, which is a maternity brand. And so this is just very, very like spring Easter style dress with lots of butterflies and flowers and all that good stuff. Picked this up at a rummage sale. It was a filler bag, so very, very low cost of goods. Oh, and I usually mention that my average cost of goods is $1.69. That's how it evens out across the year for me usually when I do my taxes. So that's where we are with my average cost of goods right now. And yeah, this sold in about a month to a month and a half of being listed. So a fairly quick sale, and definitely the time of year for it. And it sold for $20 on a best offer. Simply Vera Wang. This is not a brand I usually pick up. However, this was from a filler bag, and this is sold, I think, at Kohl's. It's definitely a diffusion line of the original Vera Wang line, but I liked the style, the nude fit, like faux patent leather heels. They did have some scuffing, unfortunately, at the back, which you can kind of see at the back here, and I did some close-up photographs as well over here, just kind of like showing a little bit of like where they've been kind of scuffed or chipped at. Nothing too major, but needed to be disclosed, and so they sold for $14. I loved this piece. It was a vintage lavender purple, really, really pretty color, but it was high cut one-piece swimsuit, and it was like knit. I've never seen anything quite like it before. It had got so much attention, like watches and likes, but nobody ever bought it. And eventually someone offered me $24, and I did take it. But it's interesting. Sometimes vintage swimwear for me absolutely flies off the shelf, and sometimes it doesn't. And I haven't quite figured out exactly what the differentiator is, because I thought this was a really cool piece. These were actually my husband's, so this is like a zero cost of goods, I suppose you could say. They were Converse with a collaboration with DC Comics. They were Batman high top sneakers. The comps actually were not too high, but I decided to sort of stick around 45 for them and kind of see how it went, and someone offered me 40, and I was happy enough with that. Lane Bryant, a grey marled faux leather ruche skirt, had this kind of like faux leather stripe going right down the side of it, and it had all this like ruching detail at the hem, and it was a size 18, so it was an okay size for Lane Bryant, and this sold for $16, and this was a fairly quick sale. This was probably a week or two that this item sold. All right, eBay, Lucky Brand America's Choice graphic t-shirt. This was listed for about 3 to 4 months, finally sold for $16 on a best offer. Newer tags Gap blue and white striped shorts. They originally retailed for $39.99. They sold for $16.99 on a 15% off sale. They've been listed since I think last kind of season, so probably a good 6 months on those. This is one of the best sales of this week. A vintage Carlisle purple beaded collar and like shell top combination, if you like. This is what the strapless top looked like, and then it really did have some absolutely beautiful beadwork. It was all over the collar, and I made sure to do close-ups and things like that, and then it was also on the cuffs. No beads missing, which was absolutely amazing, and it sold on that 15% off sale as well for $42.49. Next is Eddie Bauer cable knit cardigan. I only picked this up because it was a size 4X, and it actually sold for the full asking price of $27.99 plus shipping, which I was very surprised at. Plus size items really can do well, and I was very happy with that sale. A vintage mauve lavender purple crushed velvet mock turtleneck top from the 90s. Sure, why not? I actually found at a filler bag, I found loads of these, just like one after the other in loads of different colors, the exact same style, different brands, but all vintage, like 80s, 90s. So I picked them all up, naturally. And this is, I think, the second or third one to have sold. And this sold for $17.75 and was listed for about 2 to 3 months. Nicole Miller, this was New York, Nicole Miller, New York, so I wonder if that was a diffusion line, most likely. This brand is very, very hit or miss for me, but again, it was a filler bag. It was a color block, like t-shirt dress, just very casual. Sold for $15.99, which was my full asking price, and was listed for about 3 months. Newer tags Madison Studio white linen tapered leg pants. Only picked these up because it was a filler bag and they were newer tags. I don't know anything about the brand, but I also because they were linen and that kind of high rise and stuff, I figured I would give it a go. And they sold on a best offer for $15. Next was a J. Crew canvas, I don't know how to say this word, so I won't even try it, jacket, like a ruffle neck blazer. I loved this jacket. Like, I'm going to do the close-up here. Look at this detail. It was so cute with the neckline and stuff, but it has sat for forever, years. 2 years, I think this item has been listed now on both platforms, and it finally sold for $20.99 on a 30% off sale. So hallelujah, it went on to its new home. And the last item this week was this Lynyrd Skynyrd guitar anthology music book. Again, this was my husband, so zero cost of goods basically, and it sold for $14 on a best offer. Whoops, where'd I go? There we go. Okay, so here come the numbers. So my gross sales this week was $351.10. My fees, which I always count at 20% for the sake of these videos, just for the sake of being consistent, and Poshmark is a flat 20% to sell there. Etsy and eBay are a little bit less, but eBay, when you start including PayPal and subscription fees, I like to keep it 20% off the board just to be really transparent and really sort of conservative. So my fees at 20% would have been $70.22. My cost of goods for the 16 items that sold at $1.69 a piece was $27.04 for all of the pieces that I showed you. And my net profit this week was $223.84. So that's not fantastic. It's not as much as I like on average that I would have been expecting, but I am grateful for, I say this every video, but I'm grateful for every single sale that I get, especially in this climate right now. This week has been exceptionally slow. We are on Saturday and I've had 2 eBay sales the whole week. So I'm bracing myself for what the next sales video is going to be like. But you know what? We're all in this together. Things will change and shift as it goes on, and we just need to kind of, adapt and endure at the same time and have a little faith, I'm sure. All right, guys, let me know, of course, how your sales are doing. I hope that you all are staying safe and well. If you enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up. And if you're new here and like reseller thrifty content, I would love it if you would hit subscribe and come hang out some more. And I will catch you in the next video. Bye, you guys.